Hey, what is up, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the leaks drama in the Genshin Impact community. It is just inevitable that if you have a popular game, leaks about the game are bound to follow. But there are some questions that must be answered. So, is this leak legitimate? That's the big question everyone's asking. Is this a promotional leak or an unauthorized leak that has occurred? There are certain promotion leaks or teasers that are pushed out to the community via influencers. These are the approved sources that the company partners with to get the information out to the community. In addition, there are also approved locations to get these teasers or hints, by visiting the website, Twitter, or even the Discord channel. So the question is this a master play from Mihoyo? Was this a planned leak? So people are asking that because to the extent of the leak and how the leak actually happened. So if you guys want to know about that, just go back, query the leak. I'm not going to cover that portion of it, but let's just say that a lot of people are questioning how the leak was actually dropped. So let's go ahead and say that how the leak was dropped is kind of sus. A lot of people are questioning that. But for me personally, I do not believe that this was a promotional stunt, as quite a few Genshin Impact content creators have had their YouTube channels blocked for propagating the leaks. Most of that data is behind the YouTube gate, so we do not know if those content creators were given limited bans for a few weeks or a few days, or if their accounts were perma-banned. Now, there are some positives and negatives to leak, as a lot of people are discussing this right now. In Genshin Impact, there is some preparation that needs to occur. You need resources in order to level your character, ascend your character, and upgrade weapons. As a result, getting that type of information early can be a great help because you can prepare a few weeks before. Typically, early warning from Mihoyo comes a few days before the event, which basically does not give people enough time to prepare, since some of the resources that must be gathered or harvested are not guaranteed drops and must be done several times. Not to mention that some of the resources can only be harvested on certain days, so you want to utilize your resin and your time more efficiently. Now, I get it. People don't want spoilers or leaks or anything like that as far as the storyline goes. I know if I was watching my favorite show, I would not want someone to come into my room, into my vicinity, into my earshot and blurt out some type of plot twist or juicy tidbit that was going on within the story. That would definitely make me upset. So obviously I understand plot twists, storyline things are definitely a no-no, and most people don't want to hear about that. Tell me in the comments below what your take on leaks are. Do you think it's okay? Let me know. How is this impacting Mihoyo? Has this cost them a large amount of money? What the large amount of money is, we have no idea because we're not on the inside of Mihoyo. So we have to take whatever they tell us as, their particular word or gospel. Now, personally, I'm pretty sure that they had to pay for additional assistance in order to deal with these types of leaks. Obviously, their legal team has had to reach out to YouTube and other content sources in order to put blocks out on the information that has surfaced the leaks. Now, has this hurt the developers? I don't think so, as this type of thing happens a lot in the gaming industry, and the company should have expected it. Personally, I would think they should have expected this. Usually the devs are not the ones that are affected financially. However, from the nature of this particular leak, it may mean that the devs might have to face some sort of restrictions being placed on them moving forward. There may be more stringent QA security checks implemented, which means more time for prepping a particular release. Overall, this can affect the company. The company could have lost sales on the current banners due to the leak. So since the leak brought out and basically said that there was certain characters that were going to be coming out in other banners, some people might say, hey, I'm not going to purchase this particular banner in lieu of getting this character on this particular banner. I don't know if that is a factor, but that's kind of what people are pointing to. In addition, more time is placed on managing customer expectation levels and in putting out fires. So I would think that that's where most of the time would be going. Now, I remember being new to the game and there was a rumor that that basically said, and to me, it wasn't even a rumor because I saw a video and the video said that chests respawn. And I remember that I was mad because I'd opened up several chests and I had a master plan of getting all this AR once the chest has respawned, right? So I could level faster. And for a time, I was mad at the company because it was taking so long for the chest to respawn. I was thinking, why can't they just lower the respawn rates so I can get my chest earlier? Now, I sent an email telling them, hey, why my chest hasn't respawned? It's been like several days now. My chest still haven't respawned. I received a message back that basically said chests don't respawn. So now I can point to you to the video that said chests respawn, but it was my bad for believing that particular rumor. Now, being new to the game, I didn't know whether or not to believe, these particular things. So obviously, as a content creator, you want to test things and you want to validate and do things like that. Obviously, I already knew chests didn't respawn because it was a while and that chest did not respawn. The area I was looking in did not respawn those chests. And come to think about it, I mean, obviously you can kind of figure it out. They want to increase your AR, and if chest gives you AR and it respawns, that would be a loophole in the game, which would generate infinite amount of AR for you, right? So it would be easier for you to get to the higher ranks. Anyway, I accepted the fact that I was duped and I moved on. However, some people would not accept this and they would still end up blaming the company. It's these types of interactions that cause confusion and misplaced anger and some attrition for the game. People often leave when their level of expectation is not met, even if it's not the company's fault, because often rather than blaming themselves for believing wrong information or listening to wrong information, we end up blaming the company for not controlling the information, right? And when the company does put effort forth and try to control the information, the company is blamed for being too controlling. It's kind of a catch-22 for the company. So obviously, at this point, looking at Mihoyo and trying to figure out what they're going to do in this particular situation, I don't know what their game plan is. Obviously, we don't have their playbook, but they have to do something. They'll have to do something eventually. Are the leakers doing it out of the goodness of their hearts? So this is kind of a tongue-in-cheek. Obviously, I don't think so. Many of them want to get paid. They want to use those advertising dollars. They want to use those advertising dollars, or not to use. Well, they do want to use them. They want those advertising dollars so they can spend it. Now, I can't lump all leakers into this category because obviously I know there may be one or two who are doing it for the people. They're doing it for the community. I get it. Guys, if you know who those two people are, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know who they are. Leaks are always going to happen. There is no way to stop it, I don't believe, especially in this day and age where companies are utilizing the crowd to test their games. People see things in a test build and cannot help but tell their friends because, they want their 5 minutes of fame or they want to feel important. And information is power. I personally think Mihoyo will need to step up their communication game a bit more to get ahead of these leakers. Now, from what I've seen in the many different games that I've played, communication has always been a problem between the company and the end users. It will definitely take a little bit of time to quelch that. And there always seems to be some issue in getting the correct balance for this communication, meaning how much information do you give your users? It's probably where a poll can come in. It would fit nicely in here. They could poll their community, figure it out. But then obviously they would need to make a decision on that. Maybe a few weeks before a new character drops, Mihoyo can send a cryptic email that says, you may want to collect this artifact or these books or these types of resources, kind of a heads up email or notification from them from their social media accounts or whatever. Now, as a creative, I think at some point that thing that you created takes on a life of its own, and the creator needs to be able to objectively see what their creation is growing into and make adjustments as needed. Obviously, people are saying that the length of time being given for notifications of new characters is not enough, and it doesn't seem like Mihoyo is listening. So at this point, I think Mihoyo should take a look at that feedback and adjust accordingly. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on this discussion. Thanks for watching. I'm out.